Thank you for everyone who's watching this recorded. Today's topic is really special and near and dear to me. I talk about this every single day with our wellness members. It seems like such a simple topic. Self-care isn't selfish. You think, oh, okay, I know that. But we really need help with applying it. So that's where we come in. So
application is the key.
Yes. And September is a National Self-Care Awareness Month. So that was another reason why we're prompted to talk about this. And what we're talking about today is actually excerpts from a workshop that I've taught and a class that I've taught. So we're actually giving you those tools that we give our wellness members. So yep. I want to start off with reading. I wrote this for one of the classes and I didn't even want to try to memorize it because I really loved the wording. So I'm going to read this to start off before we get into our tips. So the opposite, self-care is the absolute opposite of being selfish. Caring for yourself gives you the chance to reflect, recuperate, and really step into your own as a balanced, calm, and positive person. Not caring for yourself, however, could lead to eventual burnout, resentment, which will eventually affect not just you, but also the people around you. I think we can all relate to that. Learning how to practice self-care without feeling selfish could take some time, but it's really, really worth it. So with that being said, let's dive in. We have 7 top tips, and it's actually pretty important to go into this order as well. So if you have some pen, paper, and all that, let's get started, okay? So the top tip is awareness. Number 1 for something, we talk about this all the time, is awareness. What does that mean? So it's having the awareness of your thoughts. What am I thinking right now? How am I reacting? What are my actions? What is my inner critic saying? Just having that awareness and acknowledging that this is the experience that you're having, right? So it's also identifying your triggers. So if you're going into this really negative place in your mind, it's like, wait a second, I have that awareness, because it's very important to be aware, right? Aware and acknowledge.
Recognize what's going on.
Yes, awareness, connecting with your body, connecting with your thoughts, connecting with your reactions. Sometimes they're good. It's like, oh, I really like how that felt. And other times you're like, I don't like how I just reacted in that situation. All of those situations is about having awareness. And we talk about awareness all the time. It's really the first step to consistent, successful behavior. So number 1 is awareness. Number 2 is if you have the awareness that you are doing something very negative, you need to stop. Stop. Physically stop. That's number 2. Time out, stop. So you have the awareness something negative is happening. You don't like what you're doing for yourself.
Or how you feel.
Or what you're thinking, what you're reacting to. You need to stop. Just stop. I literally put up like a stop sign, stop. And then that goes into step 3. And step 3 is do something different.
Different.
So that literally means doing things like leaving the room.
I'm sitting down, stand up.
Go outside, go for a walk, get out in nature, shift the energy.
Get away from the computer.
Oh, that's a big one.
Oh.
Get away from the computer.
Right.
Get away from the phone.
Yes.
Maybe you have to leave a situation. Maybe you're at a family event and you need to leave the situation, because in order for you to continue to take care of yourself in that situation, right, you need to do something different. And the reason why we talk about this type of stuff for self-care, because I know a lot of people think, why isn't she talking about like going to get her nails done or going to get a massage, right? And yes, those are in our category of self-care and self-pampering. But these things we're talking about today, these actions every day, are crucial to your self-care. Crucial, okay?
And there are moments in time that you have to, like Lori said, awareness, recognize, and then do something different.
Yeah.
Moments.
Oh, hi, Debbie.
They're moments.
Yes, moments. So one, you have that awareness. I used to teach my kids years ago this 3 steps, and we've expanded it to 3 steps. 1, have awareness. I don't like what's happening around me. Stop. Maybe you are saying things you shouldn't be saying, and you're having this awareness, right? So have the awareness. Stop. Physically stop. Get up. Leave the room. Walk around. It makes a huge difference, okay? You want to shift the energy. Okay, those are number 3. Number 4, get quiet. Get quiet, okay? Reconnect with what matters. Reconnect. And so this means maybe going into a quiet room. I love to recommend breath work. I think breath work is so important for literally reconnecting, right? Balancing your central nervous system. It's so important.
Right.
And by taking that quiet time, now you actually have so much clarity moving forward because you've removed yourself from the situation. You got quiet, and getting quiet can look different for everybody.
Yeah. Getting quiet doesn't mean put the mute button on the television and still watch what you're watching. That just means I've shut this off, but I'm still using this. Quiet means all of it needs to be quiet. Like we recommend, and I'm going to talk a little bit about a morning routine at the end of this, but I talk a lot about a morning routine, and I like to include breath work. Whether you're doing a meditation, you're not doing a meditation, but you should be doing some sort of exercise. But the breath work, and we always talk about that 4-7-8. Breathing in for 4, hold for 7, and slowly breathing out for 8. It's that slow moving out or breathing out to 8. That's what calms you down. It literally calms your nervous system. You can do this if you're having a panic attack. You can do this if you're in a situation, but I love doing it every morning because you literally put yourself in a much calmer place for the rest of the day. Yeah, it's like purging toxic chi. I'm letting out all those toxins that I'm trying to get rid of, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Negative energy is toxic. Same thing. Toxic chi.
Very toxic.
Yeah.
And so doing these steps, again, you have to start with that awareness, and that takes practice. What we're talking about here, it takes practice, but we want you to try to do it every day because, again, we're talking about self-care and how important it is. Okay, so we talked about awareness, stop, do something different, get quiet, reconnect with what matters, and now make a list of things that bring you joy.
Joy.
What lights you up? What can you do? And I'm not talking about huge things like, oh, I'm going to travel to Italy. Would I love to do that? Yeah.
Not right now.
Maybe not right now, but what the point of that is, it doesn't have to be this huge thing.
No.
I have a list on my phone of things that make me happy. And it could be as simple as drinking, yes, spending time with my husband. Yes, that's number 1 on the list.
Here's my joy right here. Lori Joy.
Yeah, my middle name.
Perfect.
And so it could be literally simple things like drinking tea. Everybody who knows me knows I love my tea. When I'm having a quiet moment drinking my tea, I just feel centered. I don't feel overwhelmed. I don't feel like anybody needs me. It's just quiet time. Spending time with family. I love to play games. Everyone who knows me, I love my games.
Fanatic.
Games and comedy. So you need to, and maybe right now, for those of you watching, take a moment and just write 1 or 2 things down that bring you joy, that light you up, right? It can be anything. Have that written down, write it down where you can access it every day, and do 1 thing from that list every day.
Yeah.
Just 1 thing.
And we're pet people, so we get tremendous joy just cuddling with our pets.
Yes.
I mean, there's nothing, it's absolutely amazing. We have a cat that sleeps upside down and gets in all these weird positions. I get tremendous joy just admiring the total, complete relaxation of every cell in this cat's body. It's amazing. Look at a smile.
Yeah.
It's incredible. So
is.
if you're a pet people, there's a lot of joy in that unconditional love that we get from our pets. It's tremendous.
And so write these things down. And like I said, they can be very simple, but it's something that you know that when you think about it or you do it, it could be calling a friend, a family member. I mean, whatever it is, there's no judgment there. It's whatever lights you up, and then do it every day. So that's why it's important to have little things. Because if you have these big things like traveling and stuff that you can't do every day, then you now have that excuse. You see, I can't do anything for me.
And it's a failure, right? I'm not traveling to Italy today, and so subconsciously, that's a fail. Right? And that just leads to that itty shitty bitty committee talking in our ear, right? So it's got to be something obtainable multiple times a day. And like Laura said, that list is really important.
Really important. And have it on your phone. Have reminders on your phone as well that have like positive sayings. This stuff, it's small, but it adds up and it makes a huge difference. Because it shifts your energy.
Right.
And then now while your energy is shifted, you're entering situations with this new energy. It's amazing what shifts around you. It's pretty cool.
Your thoughts can actually change your chemistry and your makeup, your metabolism.
Yeah.
Right? Whether you get cancer or not. So it's really important. Your thoughts are very, very powerful.
Yeah. Very powerful. Completely. And we talked, we did a whole Facebook Live on mindset. It's powerful stuff. So number six, thoughts are energy. That's right, Jordan. That's it. So number 6, transform those thoughts into positive affirmations. So now we're talking about creating a list of gratitudes, right? Your gratitude could be, I'm so grateful for my family. I'm so grateful for my health. I literally start my day saying, thank you for my healthy, healing body. And I will go down the list. Thank you, my hands, gratitude. My hands work. I can see, I can smell, I can taste. Basic gratitudes. And then build from there. Your family, your friends, and just so many things to be grateful for. Take those negatives. So at the beginning, we talked about number 1, having that awareness. And we all have an inner critic. We all have it. It doesn't go away. I wish that it did, but it doesn't.
Permanent resident.
Yeah, unfortunately. But what we can learn are tools of how to respond to what's going on to this inner critic. So if you have a negative thought that keeps coming up, twist that into a positive thought, right? So you look in the mirror and you're like, oh, I'm frustrated with how I look in this. Or you can look in the mirror and love yourself unconditionally. I love myself unconditionally. I am beautiful. I am worthy and deserving.
I am good enough.
I am good enough.
Big time.
Positive affirmations, if you do them every day, can completely shift your energy, which completely shifts the things that you attract into your life. So all these little pieces add up. Are you guys following along with our little self-care and prioritizing? So again, positive mantras, so important to flood your brain and your mind and your speech and your day with positivity. There's a lot of negative around us right now, a lot. No matter where your beliefs are, no matter where you are, there's a lot of negativity. We all have to do what we can to protect ourselves. And it doesn't mean living in a bubble or a shell or anything, but we can control our own thoughts and what we say and how we react. That's what we can control. So let's keep that positive. Let's be that positive influence right now to those in our community around us. I feel like it's so important.
Really
so important. So again, transform those negative thoughts into positive affirmations. Say them out loud every day. I am worthy and deserving.
Talk in the mirror. Yeah. That's wonderful. Look at yourself and talk in the mirror and say those things. I don't play the radio in my car. I just do my affirmations while I'm driving. Yeah.
It's great. You can
Yes.
say them out loud.
Out loud.
You can write them down.
Absolutely.
You can journal them. Writing things down is so important as well. But the key is with everything we're talking about, don't make it difficult. Because if you make the steps difficult, then you're adding an excuse not to do it.
Don't make it complicated. Don't make it difficult. Don't make if I'm going to journal, if I don't write a whole page, I fail. I might write 2 sentences.
Exactly.
It was the fact that you took the step and the time to do it.
Right.
Doesn't matter how big.
And it's all self-care.
Self-care.
You're taking care of yourself. You're making yourself a priority. Okay, we've worked our way down to number 7.
Number 7.
This is a big one.
Big.
Okay? Create a daily action priority list. You should be doing something each day towards your goals. Daily, consistent action is what gets you to your goals. And these are just little steps. So, for example, we both have a non-negotiable morning routine. I love my non-negotiables. Anybody who's worked with us knows we have those non-negotiables. What does that mean? So, for me in the morning, I wake up early. I like to get to the office early. And so that in between when I wake up and before I leave the house, I have a non-negotiable of things that I must do for myself. Exercise. I have quiet time of whether I meditate or just do some connection work. All of that needs to happen before I shower. And the other piece that's a really big self-care piece is I'm planning our next meal. So I'm taking out meat, thawing out meat for our next meal. That's big self-care, and it's a great part of the morning routine because I'm setting our day up for success. Because we work, and the idea that we, come home at the end of the day and if we think this amazing dinner is going to be made, it's not. But if I have all the pieces ready, that's self-care because we're setting ourselves up for a healthy meal. But these things don't just happen. It has to be part of a routine. So super important. You need to identify what your priorities are. Again, for us, the morning routine, the doctor, he also has a very strict exercise schedule and exercise routine that he follows. And so
every day.
Every single day. And so it's super important to have those and to make them non-negotiable. Okay? So what I'm going to do now is you look at your routines, okay, and your daily action list. And again, it could be really little. So I'll go back to that example about taking meat out for dinner. Let's say one of your goals is to eat better and to exercise more. And so if you want to eat better and really shift your eating, well, you need to take the time to plan for it. You need to make a little list of what you're going to make. You need to go to the grocery store and actually buy what's on your list. You need to bring it home, right? And these are all things, okay, simple steps towards I'm going to eat better. Get rid of the food in the house that you don't want to eat.
Get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
It will call you in the middle of the night. Come to the cabinet and eat me. I'm telling you, I've heard the voices, believe me.
It's crazy
it's
how
terrible.
The food can take over. So these are all self-care and doing something little towards that, okay? I'm going to kind of bring this all back. And I know there's a lot of detail in each category. Like I said, I have taught numerous classes about all these different topics and we can go so deep into it and it's so important. So your daily action items, your priority list. I want you to have the awareness of what removes you from your daily goals. This is really big. So we're taking us back to step 1, awareness. And these are things, I want to plant little seeds here. Are you not doing your morning routine, your afternoon routine, whatever that looks like, because of things like just distractions, right? In the morning, you pick up the phone, you're distracted by social media. For me, with my phone, I go on the treadmill and I can't look at any of my social media or my emails until I'm on the treadmill because then I'm doing 2 things at one time. Because if not, 10, 15 minutes is gone.
20, 30 minutes goes
20,
by.
30 minutes.
You guys have all been there, you know.
It's
Once
crazy.
you start down that rabbit hole, it's hard to stop.
Yes. So that's the first thing. What are the distractions that are keeping me from my goals, keeping me from my self-care? Is it comparison? Am I comparing myself with someone? This is huge, and you are not alone. This is where social media can be really hard, where we are comparing ourselves with someone else's journey, and we can't, because we're all on our own journey.
Exactly.
The other one is others' disapproval. Are we doing something and we're afraid that we're going to get negative feedback? Where this is where we have to put up our boundaries and say, this is what's important to me. I'm making it a non-negotiable, not discussing it with you. You're not hurting anybody. But very often we do that. We stop doing something. We're afraid that someone's going to judge us, afraid that someone is going to disapprove of what we're doing. Let's say self-care means not going to an event. Maybe there's someone there, maybe there's food there, maybe there's just something that you know is going to trigger you, and it's not a popular decision. Well, you have a tough choice, but the choice should be to take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself.
So that brings us back to that number one, having that awareness that there's a trigger there, okay? You're all kind of following along. So we have what takes us from our daily goals. We have the awareness of distractions, others' disapproval, comparisons, just general noise around us. We all get so busy. We're all busy and so easy to have excuses. That's why I like breaking up my day into little time blocks, because then I literally say, for the next 30 minutes, this is what I'm working on. I'm not going to do anything else, because if not, it's so easy to get distracted. And there's just a lot of noise in our world. And then the last one I'm going to say for this is fear of failure. I feel like this is really big for everybody. We all have fear of failure. And the tough thing about that is when we go out of our comfort zone, when we do something different, and when we get to the other side is really where we grow and we flourish, and our life really takes off into the direction.
Failure leads to growth, right? It does. Why? I analyze, I assess, I look at everything and say, okay, make a few changes and try it again.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
You learn
Yes.
so much,
Yes.
and it's part of everything we do. So again, the self-care tips, how to make your self-care, how to be unapologetic about your self-care.
Unapologetic.
We have awareness. Stop what you're doing if it's negative.
Stop.
Do something different.
Different.
Get quiet, connect, make a list of things that light you up but bring you joy.
Bring you joy.
Transform those negative thoughts into positive affirmations, and then create a daily action priority list.
Yep.
So I know there's something in there that everyone can do. I'd love to see everybody on here make a list of things that light you up and bring you joy. Just like 3 things.
Just 3 things.
And write it down and do something about that. And practice the awareness part, because practice, daily consistency, that's where you get your goals. And taking care of ourselves, like what I said at the beginning, is huge. It's like when you're on a plane. I was traveling this weekend. What do they always say? You put your mask on first before putting someone else's. We have to take care of ourselves. We cannot pour from an empty cup. And so many people are doing that every day. And so
every day.
Many of us are taking care of so many other people, but aren't doing the work ourselves. And I really feel like why we've been able to do the work that we do for so long is because we both make our self-care a top priority. And it doesn't take away from anything, any relationship. It's so important that we take care of ourselves, and we can come and do what we do to help others.
If we don't take care of ourselves first, how can we serve others? You can't.
Yeah.
You just can't.
No. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tips. Every Tuesday we come here live at 4:30, and really our goal is to talk about the topics that you're talking about, that you care about, and to bring you hope that wherever you are right now, if it is a negative space, that there are things that you can do differently to shift the energy, to shift your mindset, to shift how you're taking care of yourself. Again, self-care, you should be doing things every day, not that once a month pedicure, although that's one of my favorites.
That brings you lots of joy.
It does bring me a lot of joy.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites, and I do go once a month for my pedicure.
Yeah.
But again, it's doing stuff every day.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shauna, for that. And if there's a topic, something that you guys want us to talk about, please send me an email or message us. I've also attached on the little information the info how to get to our website and a blog. I wrote a blog about this topic, so it's all written down, so you can go, you can review it and really work on that. And yeah, we're here to help with whatever you need. Anything you want to add to our little self-care?
We're just really grateful that you're on here. You know what? Our passion is to help people and to really act in the service of others. And so that's why we're here. And we're hoping that something today that you heard will make that little tiny change that'll move the ball forward.
Exactly.
So that you can take care of yourself.
Exactly.
Make it a priority.
Planting seeds. That's what we're doing with these Facebook Lives. And I need to give ourselves a little shout out because we've done 30 of these Facebook Lives. 30
Wow.
in a row. We have come on here every Tuesday for the last 30 weeks. We haven't even missed a Tuesday. We started back in February, had a little idea. Let's give it a try. And the feedback we've received has been amazing. And so, like Dr. Raffi said, we really are grateful for those of you who watch this live and watching it recorded. Share this with your friends and family because I know you know someone who needs to hear this today. And I think Debbie, she shared she needed to hear this today. There are times I need to read it and I need to hear it. We all need those reminders. And we didn't even introduce ourselves at the beginning. I'm Lori from Thrive Functional Wellness Center. And
I'm Dr. Rappi,
and so
co-founder of Thrive Functional Wellness Center with my joy, Lori Joy.
So we're here if you guys need anything, reach out. Thank you, Shauna, for that. And we appreciate all the support. Again, thanks for joining us live. If there's a topic that you want to hear about, please message us. Next week, we're talking all about magnesium.
Magnesium is magnificent.
It is magnificent. The doctor is going to be talking about a lot of great things, and I think you're going to be surprised. There's a lot of interesting things on that list, and we've got a great lineup in October, too. So thanks for supporting us, and have a fantastic evening. Bye. Oh, thanks, Debbie. You two bring us joy. You're so sweet. You bring us joy also. All right, everybody.
Okay,
have a
guys,
great
thank
evening.
you.
Bye.
See you next week.